A redneck from Kentucky gets married. On his wedding night, he finds his bride in the sexiest piece of lingerie he's ever laid eyes on. She looks at him and says, "I want you to know that you'll be my first and only man." The redneck quickly redresses and angrily grabs his wife and throws her in the truck and drops her off at her parents' home. A few minutes later, his father calls and asks, "What's the matter?" To which the redneck replies, "If she ain't good enough for her own family, she ain't good enough for mine." A 21-year-old blonde girl met a large, powerfully built bodybuilder at a bar. After a number of drinks, they agree to go back to his place. The bodybuilder takes off his shirt, and while doing so, he exclaims, "Boom!" The blonde says, "What a great chest you have." He tells her, "That's 100 lbs of dynamite." "Baby!" He then rips off his pants, once again yelling, "Boom!" The blonde is impressed and says, "My, what massive calves you have." The bodybuilder tells her, "That's 100 lbs of dynamite. Baby." He then rips off his underwear and exclaims, "Boom!" The blonde goes running out of the apartment, screaming in fear. The bodybuilder puts his clothes back on and chases after her. He catches up to her and asks why she ran out of the apartment like that. The blonde replies, "I didn't want to be around all that dynamite, especially when I saw how short the fuse was." An old lady went to visit her dentist. When it was her turn, she sat in the chair, lowered her underpants and raised her legs. The dentist said, "Excuse me, I'm not a gynecologist." "I know," said the old lady. "I want you to take my husband's teeth out." After I retired, my wife insisted that I accompany her on her trips to Walmart. Unfortunately, like most men, I found shopping boring and preferred to get in and get out. Equally unfortunate, my wife is like most women. She loves to browse. Yesterday, my dear wife received the following letter from the local Walmart. "Dear Mrs. Harris, over the past 6 months, your husband has caused quite a commotion in our store. We cannot tolerate this behavior and have been forced to ban both of you from the store. Our complaints against your husband, Mr. Harris, are listed below and are documented by our video surveillance cameras, June 15th. He took 24 boxes of condoms and randomly put them in other people's carts when they weren't looking. July 2nd, set all the alarm clocks in housewares to go off at 5-minute intervals. July 7th, he made a trail of tomato juice on the floor leading to the women's restroom. July 19th, walked up to an employee and told her in an official voice, "Code 3 in housewares. Get on it right away." This caused the employee to leave her assigned station and receive a reprimand from her supervisor that in turn resulted with a union grievance, causing management to lose time and costing the company money. August 14th, moved a caution, WF floors sign to a carpeted area. August 15th, set up a tent in the camping department and told the children shoppers he'd invite them in if they would bring pillows and blankets from the bedding department, to which 20 children obliged. August 23rd, when a clerk asked if they could help him, he began crying and screamed, "Why can't you people just leave me alone?" EMTs were called. September 4th, looked right into the security camera and used it as a mirror while he picked his nose. September 10th, while handling guns in the hunting department, he asked the clerk where the antidepressants were. October 3rd, darted around the store suspiciously while loudly humming the Mission Impossible's theme. October 6th, in the auto department, he practiced his Madonna look by using different sizes of funnels. October 18th, hid in a clothing rack, and when people browsed through, yelled, "Pick-a-me! Pick-a-me!" October 21st, when an announcement came over the loudspeaker, he assumed a fetal position and screamed, "Oh, oh, oh!" No. I teased those voices again. And last but not least, October 23rd, went into a fitting room, shut the door, waited a while, then yelled very loudly, "Hey, there's no toilet paper in here." One day, there were these three boys walking down the street. All of a sudden, they heard a yell, "Help! Help! Help!" When the boys got to the noise, they saw Bill Clinton in the lake, drowning. The three boys saved him from drowning. Bill Clinton asked the first boy how he could ever repay him. The boy said, "I want a boat." The second boy said, "I want a truck." And the third boy said, "I want 3 tombstones with our names all on them." Bill Clinton asked, "Why is that, son?" The little boy replied, "Because when my dad finds out that we saved you, he is going to kill us all." A woman went to see her psychiatrist. "I'm really concerned," she said. "The other day, I found my daughter and the little boy next door naked, examining each other's bodies and giggling." The psychiatrist smiled. "That's nothing to worry about. It's pretty normal." "Well, I don't know," said the woman. "It worries me. It worries my daughter's husband too." On the way to preschool, the doctor let his daughter look at his stethoscope. His little daughter picked it up and began playing with it. This thrilled the father as he thought, "Perhaps one day she will follow in my footsteps and become a doctor." But then he heard her as she spoke into the instrument, "Welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order?" A farmer's only donkey ran away in the forest. He packed up a few days' ration and ventured into the jungle to find his animal. He searched and he searched, but he couldn't find it, so he decided to retire for the night. He climbed up a tree, tied himself to the trunk so he doesn't fall down. Just as he was about to sleep, he heard some rustling below the tree. He looked down below and saw a couple making love in the nearby shrubs. The man was admiring the woman's beauty with each thrust. He would compliment the woman's hair, her face, her legs, and every part imaginable. He then proceeded to compliment her eyes. "I can see the whole wide world in those blue eyes, my love." Our farmer from over the top box, "Here, mate. Let me know if you see my donkey in them. Been trying to find that fucker all day long." A friend asked me the other day why I never got married. I replied, "Well, I guess I just never met the right woman. I guess I've been looking for the perfect girl." "Oh, come on now," said my friend. "Surely you must have met at least one girl that you wanted to marry." "Yes, there was one girl once. I guess she was the one perfect girl, the only perfect girl I really ever met. She was just right. Everything I really mean, that she was the perfect girl for me." "Well, why didn't you marry her?" asked my friend. I shrugged my shoulders and replied, "She was looking for the perfect man."